This morning, we are continuing to track those two deadly wildfires burning in Spokane County. The fires have now burned more than 20,000 acres and dozens of homes.
And new in the last hour, the Gray Fire is now 48% contained, and all level 3 go now evacuations for that fire have been downgraded. And this is coming from the Spokane County Emergency Management. This means everyone evacuated for this fire can finally return home. So important to note here, there are still level 1 and level 2 evacuations in place. The sheriff says with the forecast changing in the coming days, everyone needs to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones live in Medical Lake right now. Brandon, you've been in Medical Lake all week and you're getting a closer look at the damage, and it is just so devastating to see. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. And actually, yeah, the devastation is kind of hard to just process what we've been able to see out here in Medical Lake, because a little over 24 hours ago, we weren't able to come back here and come and see what was officially damaged. These roads were blocked off because they were still under level 3 evacuations. But I want you to go ahead and take a look at kind of some of the damage that we've been seeing so far. If we can take a look down here, this is a car that was completely burned up. And this is the spare tire. You know those spare tires that are on the back of vehicles that completely fell off, completely burned up. Homes, so we've counted at least 9 just on this particular block over here. This right over here is a driveway leading up to a garage and a home. You can see 1, 2, 3 vehicles burned just at this house alone. The garage completely folded in. So the devastation that we've been seeing out here, it really is just hard to make sense of, and you can only think about what the neighbors in this community are going through. And not only that, we've seen so much wildlife walking around this morning. Yesterday we saw a charred porcupine, its quills completely burned off. This morning we've seen deer, we've seen turkeys. A lot of those turkeys have feathers that have been just completely destroyed. Others, like the deer, have char and ash all over their bodies. And if we take a look across the street, you can see more of the devastation, more of the damage. But as you all were speaking about, we did learn this morning that 48% of the fire has been contained for the Gray Fire. We've learned that over 10,000 acres have burned. We're also knowing that the water, the rain that came down yesterday that we saw over here in this area has helped out tremendously in terms of them getting more of a containment on that fire. But also, level 3 evacuations have been lifted for all of the area here in Medical Lake, but an estimated 185 structures have been destroyed, like many of these homes.
This is a time to go into the area if you have to. Check on the status of your residents. Make sure that you get things taken care of, but again, be ready to leave. Things can change.
In that press conference, we also learned from the Spokane County Fire District that 259 structures have not been able to restore power. So that could be a sign that there's been more than those 185 that have been destroyed. But if we can go ahead and pop back out here, I want to show you something else. I want you to take a look at this glass right here, completely melted onto the car. These are the windows that were on this vehicle. So it's just, it's something else. I'm not sure if I've seen something like this close to Spokane County. Nothing of this magnitude. And as I mentioned, you can just think about what the people who lived here, what they were going through, whether they were still here when they were watching all of this go into flame. So just a lot of devastation over here in Medical Lake. But there is a community meeting scheduled for 7 p.m. tonight here in Medical Lake. There's going to be residents invited out. There's also going to be federal, state, and local emergency management agencies. They're all going to be meeting at the Medical Lake High School auditorium. We're going to have a crew here on site as well, hearing what these people have gone through and what the rebuilding process is going to be like for the foreseeable future. But for now, reporting live in Medical Lake, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.